We always try to evolve. We try to stay up with technology and the resources that are out there, and the fact that we are one of the lead agencies, we're definitely the lead in Ohio and maybe throughout the United States.
The Columbus Division of Police now has a new crime-fighting tool. It is futuristic DNA testing through the help of a new expert. As 10 TV's Lacey Crisp explains, Columbus police hope this will help solve cases that have gone cold.
Finding the puzzle pieces and putting them together. That's what Amanda Reno has dedicated her life in doing.
I use genetic genealogy, DNA and genealogy, to provide leads to investigators in violent crime investigations.
She got into her line of work to help adoptees find their biological parents.
I was impacted by that personally about 8 years ago, and then that turned into helping on John and Jane Doe cases and then law enforcement cases.
Reno worked with CPD in 2020 when genealogy and DNA were used to identify the murderer of 8-year-old Kellyanne Prosser, who was kidnapped and killed in 1982. Now, Columbus police have hired Reno on part-time to help give cold case detectives clues to help solve their homicide and violent crimes cases.
It's meaningful to me because I know that there's a victim, there's a family, there's a community, there's investigators who have all waited for those leads for so long.
She's looked through case files to find samples that have DNA that have not been tested. Those samples will be sent to CPD's lab, then onto a couple of different DNA banks in hopes of giving investigators a path.
How hopeful are you for those cases?
Extremely hopeful.
So far, she's identified about 50 cases that could benefit from the DNA testing. She can help get leads on homicide and violent crimes in months and as quick as a few hours.
She's a valuable asset, and I think that allows them the opportunity to generate leads, and I think that's very important, that it's a lead. It's something that gives them an opportunity to further the investigation.
Columbus Division of Police Major Crimes Commander Mark Denner says Reno's position is likely a first in the state and perhaps one of only a few working for a division in the country.
I think that gives a lot of hope, not only to us, but I think to possibly families, to seek justice and put some closure to these cases.
So I grew up here in Central Ohio, so this is my home. This is the place that, I feel like that it all starts at home, to be able to work on these cases, the cases that I've seen in the news across my own life, that I've heard about. It's very meaningful to me to be able to have an impact on my own community.
In Columbus, Lacey Crisp, 10 TV News.